Welcome back to Bois, your one-stop shop for all your energy drink needs and reviews. I'm Christian.
I'm Brian.
And we are the Bois. And today, we got a little, it's getting warm out here. We're in North Carolina. It's getting close to summertime, spring. The weather's heating up. So we got a little lemonade, Country Time lemonade to be exact. Ryse is the brand. And it's kind of cool because it's an actual collab with Country Time lemonade. So it's not just like a knockoff. Not that those are bad either, but got some high expectations since it is an official collab. Those flavors usually turn out really good. But yeah, Ryse is the brand. What are we thinking? The can? I feel like the can is pretty spot on for the theme, honestly.
Yeah, it's meant to look like a lemonade, like Country Time lemonade. Like it has like the classic like wood kind of like finish on the top. I think that's pretty neat. Obviously, yellow, since it's gonna be lemon, is the primary driver of the flavor. Everything going through it. I think it's a 6 spot. I think it's a good look. I think it's going to be spot on with everything that it wants to be within the can.
Yeah. And Ryse has had a couple of these, like a few of these collabs with like other notable brands, which is typically a good sign in as far as I know. Same thing with Ghost. Usually when they do a collab, you know that the flavor is going to taste damn near identical to the actual thing. So that's always good.
Exactly. Like they're not going to let it go on the shelf and be for public use, on especially putting that brand's name on it if it's not going to be exactly what it is. So these kind of flavors go through a lot more extensive testing, not only from the partner brand, so like in this case Country Time, but the brand itself, to make sure that they serve it, and that way they can keep an open relationship with maybe it's the parent company so they can continuously do more. Like I know Ryse has a Kool-Aid partnership for the energy drink, and I
sour straws too, right?
Yep, sour punch straws. So like that blue raspberry sour punch straw. So if they can hit on a flavor and it sells well, it opens the door for new potential flavors, and then they can just keep it rolling since they already have like an established partnership. So I think it's a really cool idea. Ghost, when they do all their partnerships, they have their behind the brand kind of web episodes, web series on YouTube. It's really cool to see the extensive testing process behind that. And everything that goes into, they'll go through like 9 iterations before it's been like perfected. So they're just sampling, trying, testing, switching things out. Is there, do we need more lemon flavor? Do we need more like sugar flavor? What is it that like kind of puts it into being full Country Time lemonade? So it's cool to see. I really like it. And I think it's just, you get those authentic flavors in kind of a high-powered source, which ends up making it a better product, and everyone's going to enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah, you definitely know what you're getting when you get that official partnership. And as we stated, they have multiple of them, so they're definitely doing it right over there at Ryse Fuel. So we've gone over the can. The can's really solid. I'm a fan. Their logo's pretty simple, but, I think the Country Time lemonade kind of takes over. It doesn't take away from the actual flavors, which is nice.
And it does the job. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to see. Yep. And you want lemonade, and you want a high-powered lemonade without going into Panera Bread for a 400 milligram and getting overdosed on caffeine with the death lemonades. I think this is the great spot to do it.
What? They have like caffeine lemonade at Panera Bread?
Yeah, they're like charged lemonades, dude. They have like 450 milligrams of caffeine.
Shit.
They're insane. And there's like 90 grams of sugar in it.
Yeah. I never go there because it's like $30 to get like 3 bites of food. That doesn't really.
Not only that, but it's like,
I know. It's just.
It's like hospital. It's like hospital cafeteria food. They're like doing it in like they're just heating it up in like the mac and cheese. There was like a TikTok, and it was just like them taking the steamable mac and cheese and just throwing it into boiling water.
Oh,
it was the most disgusting thing looking ever.
I used to go there a good amount with like my dad, or we would go there like my mom if we like had to pick something up, and like
you feel a little healthier when you do it.
Yeah, and like some of their stuff, like I really at the time, I haven't been there in years honestly, but I really liked their like French onion soup was good, and they had some decent sandwiches.
French onion's always gonna hit.
Yeah, that's true. In the bread bowl too.
Give me the excess calories.
Honestly, give me all the carbs.
They used to have a barbecue bacon onion sandwich with like chicken on it.
I know what you're talking about.
That was a baller. It was like a little like a half wrap.
Yep.
That thing killed.
Yeah. They have some solid choices, just a little expensive. Their pastries are pretty solid too. Cinnamon roll.
Little bear claw.
Little bear claw actually.
Oh
yeah. But yeah, going into the label here with the ingredients, as is most of the case on this channel. 0 sugar, 0 calories for this one, so 0 carbs, just a tad of sodium, 20 milligrams, essentially nothing. A little bit of potassium, vitamin C, 100% of your daily value. Some choline, which is nice, definitely for a little nootropic effect there. 200 milligrams of choline, 200 milligrams of caffeine. So kind of in the middle range as far as energy drinks go. I'd say that's kind of my sweet spot, to be honest with you. You know, obviously the top end is going to be usually be around 300 with a Rain Energy or a Bang. And then on the lower end, maybe just like a regular Red Bull, maybe the 8.4 ounce cans that are around 80 to 100.
The little mini Alani Nu Juicy Peach with
That's
the 100 milligrams in the stub can.
That's true.
In the little chode can.
Can't forget the chode. But yeah, looks like 200 milligrams of caffeine. Looking at the ingredient list, it's not crazy long, which is nice. Carbonated water, obviously. Taurine in there, artificial flavors. Choline bitartrate, so it's nice to know the actual source of that choline. See what the sweetener is in here. Sucralose, so pretty standard.
Classic.
Yep, classic. You know you like it. Pink Himalayan salt, which I guess that's the 20 milligrams of sodium. Not very much of that, but that's all good. And yeah, intended for healthy adults 18 plus. Or not.
Perfect.
Let's see where's this made out of? What does it say? Texas. Prosper, Texas. And then...
You know, getting in there, bar.
Yep. Oh, taurine, 500 milligrams. Okay.
Pretty low dose of taurine. Normally, I like to shove like a gram in there, so...
Yep.
I'm interested to see how that tastes.
Yep. And then as far as what else is on the can, they usually have a little marketing spiel. So Ryse Fuel, designed to rise above. Fuel your greatness. And then sugar-free, natural caffeine, vegan-friendly. Got a little QR code. Should we see what that's about?
Yeah, I'll scan it. I'll give it a little scan already. Let me drop the mic like a...
Good source of vitamin C. Love it. Yeah, scan that bad boy. What the hell was that?
I don't know. I scanned the QR code and it just started playing music.
Okay, so was
Minimum, it just brings
takes
you
you
to the website.
Pretty standard. They make other supplements, you know, pre-workouts, protein powders. I've tried their protein powder and I liked it.
They used to have, like
I haven't had much else. I've had like the cinnamon, like
the cinnamon toast crunch one.
Yeah,
but
essentially.
it wasn't cinnamon toast crunch.
But it was like that was what they were going for.
Yeah,
that one's pretty good. I liked that.
They had like a Cocoa Puff one too, I think.
Yep.
And it was cool because it was like a blend. So you had like, it was like how Ghost does their protein. So you had like 15 grams of whey protein isolate. Actually, I think they were 10 grams of whey protein isolate, 5 grams of casein, 5 grams of concentrate, and then 5 grams of hydrolyzed whey isolate.
Ooh, that's nice.
So you have like your
extended release type of deal.
You have your instant with your most digestible with the hydrolyzed whey protein, since it's essentially pre-digested, going through that hydrolyzation process, almost like the purest form of protein you can get since it's so clean and so digestible. This typical whey isolate, concentrate, which is a little bit cheaper, a little bit slower digesting, and you get some fats and carbs with it. And then your casein, which will have that extended release. But it being such a small amount of casein, it like just froths it up a little bit, makes it more of like a milkshake consistency without like making you feel like your stomach's out to here after you drink it.
Right, 100%.
Yeah. Should we pop that top?
Let's do it, baby. Let's popping tops on a Saturday.
Hopefully this goes better than the one with Jake.
That's true. Oh,
I like that.
No spillage. Little smoke. Clean break.
I'm interested to see if this is like carbonated or if it's smooth like lemon.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a sign of carbonation.
Yeah, it definitely looks carbonated. Very clear though. Clear color. I like it.
You've had this before, right?
I've had it once.
I have yet to have it.
It definitely smells like lemonade. It smells like lemonade. It smells like a country time lemonade.
Very, very like, I don't want to say bitter, but like that like sour, like tart. Yeah, tart lemon. I'm hyped.
All right.
Should we do this?
Let's do it.
I had some spillage.
That's good.
I like that.
I like that.
It's way different. Like, because it's so lemonade-y, but you have like the little tiny bit of carbonation.
Yep, they definitely didn't overdo the carbonation. I think they had about the right amount, in my opinion. I don't know if I would
I think I would almost do this like how Bang did the teas, where there's no carbonation.
Just flat. Kind of like a Monster Rehab where it was half tea, half lemonade, like the Arnold Palmer type deal.
I think that would be good.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what other, like a lemon. The only other one I can think of is like the Lemon Head Rain that they used to have that got discontinued.
Yeah.
That was really good, and that had the usual amount of carbonation that a Rain typically carries. But this is definitely a little lighter.
It's very light on the palate.
It's nice and smooth.
It's very smooth. Like on here, you're not gonna get like the like pop or like soda like level of like flavor, where it's like overpowering on the like the mouthfeel on the oral. Like it's like sipping a very, very mild lemonade. I dig it.
Yeah. It's something that you could like enjoy on a hot summer's day, but also like gas pretty quickly.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I feel like
if you had to slam this at 6 a.m., you'd be like, that's easy.
yeah, it's like drinking water.
Yeah. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
I do like it. I'm a fan.
Yeah. What do you think about, this isn't really my scene, but for some reason this came to my mind, like this would be something that people want to mix with like a little alcohol, maybe a little mixed drink, lemonade, like a vodka lemonade.
I was going to say, like, I could see this like in a summer, like at a pool party. People mix that with like some Tito's or some tequila, and they make like a big mixie out of this.
Yeah.
Which, not its intended use, but I can see it being
Yeah.
a banger.
Yeah.
And I know bangers. But yeah, I think it'd be fantastic with it. And it keeps you energized, so you keep partying
Exactly.
instead of having to hit the slopes.
Yep. Woo! Oh, not cool.
That's cornstarch.
Man.
So about last night.
Yes, we have to address something here on the Bev Boys podcast. Probably not what you think from that opening line. But,
Yeah.
as I say, you want to lead with the story? You want me to lead?
I'll lead.
Yeah,
I'll lead.
you take the reins.
I feel like I'm a terrible storyteller, but here we go. It's a warm March evening.
It was last night.
It was last night. We went out.
It's St. Patty's Day today.
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah, 17th.
Today's the 16th. Yes.
Yeah. So this will be releasing soon, but obviously not today, day of. But for us, St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Local downtown.
Nice.
Local downtown did a little block party where you can go out, drink on the block. Food trucks come out, and local restaurants kind of open up the doors and stuff. So pretty cool. And if you guys watched the last episode, my friend Jake was in town. So we're like, hey, it's the last night. Why don't we go out and we'll do that? That'll be funner than going to like just a random restaurant. So we go to a local establishment that I've been to a couple of times. I think this was your first time.
My first time.
Not a great first time to pop that cherry. So we go there. The first
bad V card swipe for this place.
The first red flag was they took my phone number to do like the call ahead seating, and it was supposed to be like 15 to 20 minutes at most. We waited like a half an hour, and then we just walked up to the restaurant, stood outside for like 5 minutes. And
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The hostess was like
we just happened to be, because they said they were gonna text you right when our table was ready. So we kind of wandered around and then kind of wandered back around that 15-minute mark, and we were just standing outside for probably 5-10 minutes. And luckily we were there because she was like, this lady that was working here
at the hostess station.
The hostess just came outside. I was like, "Why y'all, Brian?" He's like, "I think I got your number mixed up. I text you, won't go through." I'm like, "Well, good thing we were standing here." So then we got seated, and then
we ordered some drinks. You got a
water.
Nice water.
I got a water.
Jake grabbed himself a beer, and I ordered a dirty martini, as I do.
Yep. Classic.
The beer came out in about 33 minutes.
Yes, and this is like a beer place, right?
Yeah, so it's a microbrewery type of place, and I mean, I'll be honest, they were pretty packed when we first got there, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt in that aspect. So we waited 33 minutes for the beer.
How did we know it was 33 minutes? Because this guy times every time. This is such a I don't know if it's a bad habit, but it's a weird habit. Every time I go out to eat, I start my stopwatch on my watch or my phone when the person takes your order, and then I just see how long it takes to get us back, and usually it's
The
pretty
race
quick.
against the clock was not good for them.
Yes, their splits were not looking too hot.
The martini took about 42 minutes,
Yeah.
which
Stuff came out at like different times too, which was weird because we all
Yeah.
ordered everything at the same time, right?
yeah, so that was
Drinks
even
and food at the same
drinks
time.
and food were all ordered at the same time.
Yes.
And so I ordered a dirty gin martini, came out as vodka, not dirty, I might add as well.
This guy knew it immediately
Yeah,
upon tasting.
Took
He's like,
one sip.
it's not gin.
That's not gin. So I was like, well, this is going to be terrible, but it's whatever. I'll drink the drink because I'm not waiting another hour for another drink. And so during that time, we sat at like a long table, and 2 more groups of people sat down next to us. So they had a group of 2 women and then like a group of like 4 people. And then more people sat at the bar behind us. Everyone else proceeded to get served their drinks and their food, and they brought them over shots before we got our food. And they ordered like 10, 15 minutes after us.
Not okay.
Not okay. And so finally my drink came out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put the order in for like my next beer right now. So that way, by the time I'm finished with this, hopefully that's on the way.
Yep.
Instead, they brought over just Jake's food. And then we sat there. I mean, he probably sat with the food for another 10, 15 minutes.
Waiting because he's like, oh, the rest of it's going to come out
Yeah,
soon,
so
which is what you expect.
He was trying to be nice. And then like it literally got to the point where the other people at the table all got their food. And then they were like, well, I'm going to say something for you because you guys don't look like you're going to say anything.
Yeah, and we were like, yeah, Jake, just go ahead and eat. Your shit's cold by now, bro.
Yeah. So Jake started eating, and he finished all of his food before our stuff came to the table. And then finally our waitress comes up and says, you know, here's like an appetizer, which spinach artichoke dip did kind of hit.
It did hit. It was good. I haven't had that in a long time.
I don't know if I was just so hungry.
Oh, I would have eaten fucking anything at that
Yeah.
point.
But I was housing it. And then like 5 minutes later, so we're at like the 55-minute mark, our food finally comes out, and she's like, yeah, sorry, the kitchen forgot.
Bruh.
How does the kitchen forget when you've already fulfilled half the order?
Yeah,
Still waiting on the beer, by the way, because she came over and was like, did you order like the English like ale? And I was like, no, I had the Italian Pilsner. And I was like, this is going to be bad no matter what. The one thing I will say, I do like that they were like, here's a free appetizer.
I do appreciate that.
But after so many consistent mess ups, it would have been nice for them to be like, we'll just comp the meal.
Oh, that was really what I was hoping for.
But I also didn't want to be the guy that
I
was
know.
like, this is terrible. I'm not paying for it. Like,
Just
no one
making-
wants that guy.
Just making a scene.
Yeah, like being a menace.
I mean, we definitely talked about it before about like people that
parents.
are fucking dads. Pretty much our dads that would like chew people out for bad like service at like restaurants, which like rightfully so, but I don't know. At this point I was just glad to have food.
I was
we got
just-
something for free. It was good. The food, okay. So
Yours was
mine was good. This is the first time I've been there. So the service obviously very subpar. But the food was good. I had the Korean fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
It was good. Fries were good.
I got the smash burger, and it was supposed to have like a garlic aioli,
Bacon jam.
bacon jam,
All this stuff.
all these like these special pickles. I open up the burger, and it's just a patty,
Just a cheeseburger.
just a cheeseburger.
Plain patty and cheese.
And I was like, I wanted so bad to be like, come on, and just say something. But at that point, I was starving. It would have taken 9 more years to get the food, so I just took the spinach
Took the L.
took the spinach dip and put it on the burger. I was like, I'll make it what it can be right now.
Yeah.
And like
Ugh.
it was to the point where like the other customers were like, I'm so sorry you had a bad time.
Wouldn't even know these people.
Yeah, they were just they're sympathizing with us of like, God, that's gotta suck.
It did. But yeah.
And the checks came,
And it was not $0.00, unfortunately.
it was not, and my martini was far more expensive than it should have been for what I got. I should have complained.
Yeah, that shit was tiny too. I don't even drink, but that thing was.
Yeah,
Are they usually that small?
I mean, a martini's.
I mean, it's not like a beer, but
yeah, it's
was-
not a big drink, but it's typically I think
it was
three.
like half of this cup.
It's usually like a 4-ounce drink where it's 3 ounces of gin. Well, the way I ordered it is a dirty gin martini. So it's like 3 ounces of gin, a half ounce of dry vermouth, never sweet because that's disgusting. And then like a quarter to a half ounce of olive brine or olive juice. Yeah. And then they can shake or they can stir depending on how you do it, because if you stir, it mixes it. Whereas if you shake with ice, it brings the water to the top, which is why James Bond, fun fact, would always order shaken, not stirred, because when he would sip his martini, then he would just be drinking water because off that first couple of sips. But if you stir it, it brings it all together and mixes it more. But it's like a 4-ounce drink. I mean, I probably got 2 ounces.
It was a rough night for the crew.
It was pretty bad.
But yeah, I mean, we went there and then we went to got some ice cream. That was pretty solid.
The ice cream looked solid.
Yeah, so you didn't have to wait for that.
And then we listened to At a Medium Pace by Adam Sandler.
First time I listened to that was hilarious.
Get that shampoo bottle and shove it up my ass.
Oh, man. But yeah, that was...
It was a rough go of it.
I was gonna say, right before we started, I was looking up some Google reviews of this place. We'll leave it unnamed, but you know who you are.
You know what you did.
Yes, or not. You probably forgot.
Yeah, we're nothing but a speck on your day. You forgot the order. You forgot the interaction.
It's okay, but
a year ago to the day.
Yes, I found a review that is eerily similar to our experience. So. Shout out to Francis Walters with the Google review. 3 stars out of 5, 11 months ago. We arrived around 7 p.m. for their St. Patrick's Day party. Just like us. The restaurant was clean. The staff seemed nice, but no decorations or anything. We asked about green beer. You'd think this would be a huge opportunity on St. Patrick's Day. Is that a thing?
Yeah, they always dye the beer green, just like the Chicago River.
I didn't see any green beer.
Some of the stands on the street had it.
I didn't see any at the
None
place
there.
we were at. But we were told the brewer refused to make it. By the way, it's just 2 drops of blue food colored in the glass before you add the beer, and it doesn't alter the taste whatsoever. So instead, we ordered normal beers and asked for 4 of their specialty menu shots, which were $5 each, called Pot of Gold.
Pot of Greed! I summon Pot of Greed. Insert the clip.
Yes. The waitress proceeds to tell us that they only make about 25 of them. They only made about 25 of them this year because they weren't a big hit last year, and they're now sold out. It's a Jell-O shot, virtually no food cost. But hey, let's have some dissatisfied customers instead. Our waitress was great, but the food service was slow. All caps, 3 S's, 3 L's, 4 O's, 4 W's. Especially given the amount of people in the restaurant. We literally waited nearly an hour from the time we placed our order before seeing any food.
Interesting.
That sounds a little familiar.
Repeat offender?
Yeah, what the hell? The food and drinks were just okay, but way overpriced. With this place, it's one and done. To the draft, baby. But yeah, so I don't read anymore. They have good overall reviews, but I just found it funny that one was near the top, and it was basically identical to ours and essentially the same time last year. So
yeah,
hey, what can you do? Not go back, I guess.
Can I go back? I'll give it another go.
I want to go back. The food is good. I think it would be better if we went at a less busy time and just.
Yeah, but the other thing is though, is like if you're a restaurant, you have to account for stuff like that.
Yeah, you gotta that's go time for you guys. You make a lot of money on one night. Like
exactly. And if like you're like, hey,
plan ahead for that, right?
Exactly. Like if you're gonna do like a limited menu or something, you do the limited menu so that you can get it out the door as fast as possible. Right, you don't have additional specials with your regular menu if you know you're gonna run into trouble, exactly. Which it sounds like they've encountered in the past. You would want to account for that. Plus, I watched our waitress play around in the little digital handheld cash register for what seemed to be an hour. Yep. She had to have saw me keep turning around and being like, "Where's my fucking drink?"
She kept breaking her neck, but she was just, I don't know what she was doing, just playing Angry Birds on there.
She's got Candy Crush.
Honestly, that or...
Guys, I'm so stressed out right now.
Filing the whole tax return for the last fiscal year at the table.
All right, I had $300 in tips from the year for bad service.
Yikes. I mean, $300 for a year is terrible.
I don't know. I empathize with food workers, and I usually like to tip, like we talked about last night. I like to tip pretty well, so like 20 to 25%. Like, dude, when we go to Ferraras, I'm giving them. I mean, but we're served like kings there.
Yes.
We walk in, they're like, oh, it's these guys. They have their own table.
Yes.
We're like the neighborhood regulars, but like I'll tip those guys or girls 25% when we're there at minimum, because anything we need, we're taking care of. You take care of me at like a marginal rate, you're gonna get 20%.
Yeah.
Anything above marginal, I'm gonna tip you well.
Yeah.
You gotta mess up to not get the tip, and I'm gonna be honest, she did not get the tip.
Yes. Yeah. Take that shit to 0.
Every minute that we get over 30 minutes, your tip declines 2%.
But yeah, so not great, but guess we'll try again.
I'd be willing to try again.
Yes.
I'll try anything 5 times.
Can't say I'll do the same. Crack cocaine. 5 times, maybe a few times too many.
That might be.
There might be no going back after like twice. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, 3 times. Yeah, 4 times. 5 times.
Let's just do it every day.
It's just one more time.
It's just one more time. It's just one more time. It's all about the content. As long as we film it. Groovy.
Yep, just film yourself.
It's all about the content.
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, not a great time. But we had great company, and we had fun, and we got, obviously, some content out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah. What else has been going on this week? The weather's been getting super nice. We've been getting outside a lot more.
like 80 degrees. Just going outside, getting to be outside, like working out is great out there. Like I can actually like sprint, hang out outside, do some runs instead of like feeling like you're just stuck on the bike and monotonous, or like the treadmill.
Super nice. Yeah, had a lot going on at work this week as far as games. Spring seasons are in full swing, so that's been cool to see. Got the dub today with lacrosse CAA opener. Secured it. Honestly, it was a good game. We played well.
Jabu Winston.
Yep, girls killed it. So that was good stuff.
We're gearing up for our outdoor season. We it's like next week or the week after. I think it's next week, next Friday.
That break goes quick between indoor and outdoor. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, gotta cram some workouts in there to be able to kind of like keep them at a point that we can peak them, especially for outdoor. So it's a little bit different, a little bit harder, but you're like operating on the same schedule, so you're trying to get like basically workload density.
Right.
But home opener, that's kind of a cool thing that we didn't get to do last year.
I'm excited to go to that. I
mean,
like a good track meet. I'm not gonna lie.
A good track meet, although we did find something out. We don't have a... So for those of you that are not track aficionados, ideally you have a straight that you can run the 100 down and back, so in case you need to flip for wind. You would typically also do that for the hurdles.
Yes.
You can only run one way for a 110 hurdle on our track. You can only...
That's true. It doesn't have the
carryover.
Doesn't have the extra on the...
So if
the
they get a
end.
4.0 headwind, it's just like, well, good luck, have fun.
Just have a shit time. That stinks.
Yeah. That's rough.
I hadn't even thought about that, but that is true. There's no extra on that
far side.
That far side of that track.
We have the markings for the dual finish for the 100.
Yeah.
Which will also include the 110 hurdles.
Yeah, and you got to have the 200
the 100
too, right?
hurdles, and we have the 200 finish,
Obviously.
but we just can't flip a 110.
That's so weird.
And I was like, all right, I'll check the other side of the track maybe, but like we already have a wide track, not a long one.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just see, just in case. Nope. Hate to be a dude.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. Everything else has been going good. Had Jake here for the past week doing a bunch of testing. A little bit more fun to be like on the track more with an athlete and work through some things. Did some testing for him on our side like we talked about on our last episode.
Yeah, that was actually really cool to see.
Yeah. It was super fun. And then like at night, because he's just as bad, if not worse than me when it comes to wanting to learn. We're watching like 4 hours of videos on like different concepts and like technical analysis and just working through it. And then we get an idea, want to go test it. So it's super fun.
Do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's a great... March Madness is going to be starting here in a little bit too.
Gonna
conference.
fund all of D2.
Honestly, and D3, honestly. You a big basketball fan, watching it wise, or not really as much?
I've been like falling out of it a ton.
I was gonna say, obviously, we got a lot going on, but
I used to be big into it when I was younger in like middle school and high school.
more NBA or college?
I watched a lot of NBA because my dad was a big Bulls fan.
Yep.
So like we have, like I told you, we have all of Michael Jordan's finals games on VHS in a safe next to like my birth certificate.
That's sick.
And then we have a game worn signed jersey.
Yep, you've shown
the
me a
finals,
picture of that.
which is
That's
so
dope.
sick.
It's dope. MJ's the GOAT. Can't tell me different.
He's the GOAT. I don't care what anyone's points or anything like that, or how long you've been in the career. He's the GOAT. I do not care.
Yep.
Yeah, I just never got into like I'll get into it a little bit because obviously like during March Madness, it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch a competitive game. Like I'm gonna watch a Duke UNC game.
Yeah.
I'm never not gonna watch that.
Yeah, but conference tournaments are happening like now, so
Yeah.
it's so wild how they like the D3 is at like the national championship game now. Like they're in the Final Four, and now the D1 isn't even starting. Mm-hmm. Which now that I mentioned, Guilford College in Greensboro.
Yeah.
They made the Final Four. They lost in the semifinal, but like I guess they're raw at basketball for men's.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just was looking at like a D3 stats Instagram page. I was like, that's by me.
Speaking of like men or women, and this is not a knock on anyone's like talent, it's painful watching the women's games.
It depends who you're watching.
Here's why. The media coverage is terrible.
Like
All the media coverage, like during the game, I just feel like there's not a lot of great color commentary. There's like,
I feel like everyone wants to commentate men's games, so people that like, I don't know. I haven't watched a ton of basketball in general.
Like
I
it's
feel
basketball.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I think like, I mean, Caitlin Clark, come on,
that's what I'm saying. But like,
she can give anyone buckets. Like that's fun to watch. It
but like
depends
they
on.
only get excited for like her.
Yeah.
Why not? Like I don't watch too much of like college basketball in general, but like, why is there no excitement in like a conference tourney when like you get like the comeback win? Like the announcer's like, this is great. She's going for the shot and she got the shot. Whereas like,
Yeah, I guess I haven't watched a ton of women's hoops on TV to know what the commentary is compared to men's.
we were watching when I was in Chicago, I think it was like Arkansas was playing. It was one of the East Coast teams, and it was a shootout game. Maybe it wasn't Arkansas, but it was a shootout game. Pretty exciting, like to the point of like we're at a bar where there's like live music and stuff, and like all four of us were like,
oh shit,
turning to the game, like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? But like, even the fans in the stands weren't like standing up or cheering or anything. I'm like, bro, like have some excitement. Like this is a good game. Like if I'm turning away from like a bar scene where we're hanging out and we're people watching, we're listening to music, and I'm like, oh, let me do this, and I'm gonna turn my back on that. Like it's clearly something's going good, so why not like treat it like that?
Yeah,
I guess that's my thing.
Yeah.
What do I know? Most of those girls are taller than I am, so
Yeah, no shit. That's not saying much though, for both of us.
yeah.
Unfortunately. Cue sad music.
I think I have sad violin on this.
Oh really?
Yeah. We'll plug one and see what happens. Probably watch that be. That was the record scratch.
Oh, does it say on there?
Oh, hit a hard riff.
Hard riff. Yep. This is what happens when you don't know how to use your own equipment. But
This one's applause,
okay.
and then this one is.
When I don't know how to use your own
Yeah.
equipment.
So have some applause for giving our review. And then this one is. Oh, sad trombone.
Oh,
There we go.
the last one we pushed.
Yeah, the last one we pushed. So yeah, women are taller than us.
Yep.
Should we get a review on this
Yeah, I
one?
would say let's give this bad boy a rating. What are you thinking?
Price wise, it's good. Ingredients
Yeah,
is
what's this coming in for price?
about $3.19. Pretty on par with a lot of the other kind of like 16-ounce cans, especially if you go to like Vitamin Shop. That's where I picked that up.
Yeah.
Can looks great. I think it tastes very, very good. I don't know if it's phenomenal, but it's something you can drink a lot, not get super sick of. I'm going to go 7.4. Very solid pick.
Yeah, I'm very similar to you. The can looks great. It's spot on with the theme. The flavor's good, not great. Solid price. Good amount of caffeine. Would like to see maybe a few more kind of funky ingredients in there. But I'll go 7.2 on this. It's solid. It tastes good. I like lemonade flavored stuff. So, yeah, it's good stuff. That's the Ryse Fuel Country Time Lemonade, 0 sugar. So, that's what we got. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to go ahead and like the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below any new flavors that you want to see done, or really just like we can go supplements in general, protein bars, maybe throw some different stuff in there, mix it up, or topics that you want us to cover within the podcast, whether that just be weird stuff like conspiracy theories or deep sea gigantism like we talked about already, or more serious topics about sports science,
training, fitness.
Yes, the
anything
stuff that
like
we actually went to school for, and
the stuff that we have background knowledge in, and it's not just like hopping off of a fever dream to get up in the middle of the night and start investigating.
Yes, yeah, the stuff that we supposedly know. But yeah, but yeah, bevboys.com, merch, t-shirts, hoodies. Got some new.
The Bev Boys college tee is live, and
it is.
It's live.
Let's go.
Yeah, so it's gonna be sick. Bevy's on there. He just graduated. He might go to do his master's. That way we can get him a robe. But we do have the nice little acronym on the back of the Bev Boys College, or the BBC. So grab yours today.
Yes, right now. All right. Appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next time.
Peace.